Yo guys, welcome to Ashton Fitness. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the slow muscle up. The slow muscle up is a super impressive, advanced calisthenics skill that takes a lot of strength and control to achieve. It's a hard skill to learn, but I've got some really awesome tips in this video that will help you learn it much faster. If you enjoy the video, then make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos in the future. And if you really enjoy it, then make sure you share it with your friends so that they can enjoy and benefit from it too. Now let's jump on the bar and learn this slow muscle up. Let's get it. Hey. The slow muscle up is an awesome calisthenics skill that requires a great deal of strength, control, and technique to pull off. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to learn the slow muscle up, as well as the progressions you need to master this impressive skill. There are two ways to perform the slow muscle up. Let's start with the easiest, the pseudo false grip method. First, start by hanging with the pseudo false grip. Next, slowly pull yourself up until your chin rises above the top of the bar and keep pulling up until the bar reaches your chest. As your chest approaches the bar, lean forward and push down on the bar to transition over the top. Once your chest is over the bar, simply push up to complete the movement. The second way to perform the slow muscle up is with an overhand or false grip. The technique is exactly the same as with the pseudo false grip, however it's significantly harder to perform the slow muscle up with an overhand grip. For this reason, I recommend learning the slow muscle up with the pseudo false grip first and then learning it with an overhand grip afterwards. If you're currently confused and have no idea what a pseudo false grip or an overhand grip is, then allow me to explain. A pseudo false grip is when you have your hands curled over the top of the bar. With this grip, you don't hold onto the bar with your fingers. Instead, you hang from the bar using the fleshy parts of your palms. This makes it much easier to transition over the top of the bar when you do the slow muscle up because it eliminates the need to rotate your hands as you transition. With your hands already over the top of the bar, all you need to do is shift your weight forward as you pull yourself up to transition smoothly over the top. An overhand grip, however, is when you hold onto the bar with your wrists arched over the top. With this grip, you hang from the bar using mostly the fleshy parts of your palms, but you also use the strength from your fingers to help you maintain the overhand grip. Like the pseudo false grip, the overhand grip makes it easier to transition over the top of the bar because it reduces the need to rotate your hands over the top as you pull up. This allows you to smoothly transition over the top because your wrists are already over the top of the bar as you transition. Now that you know the difference between the pseudo false grip and the overhand grip, my first tip for learning the slow muscle up is to use either a pseudo false grip or an overhand grip. If you grip the bar with a normal grip, you'll find it much harder to transition over the top of the bar and complete the slow muscle up. Instead, use either a pseudo false grip or an overhand grip to make the transition as smooth as possible. When you first start, it's likely that you'll find it easier to use a pseudo false grip rather than an overhand grip. Most people find it easier to use a pseudo false grip because it's an easier grip to hold than the overhand grip. The pseudo false grip also makes it easier to transition over the top of the bar because your hands are curled over the top of the bar from the start, which removes the need to rotate your hands over it to complete the transition. However, if you feel more comfortable holding an overhand grip, then you can also use the overhand grip to perform the slow muscle up. I'd recommend experimenting with different grips to see which you prefer and which one is most comfortable for you. Please note that these grip techniques require specific conditioning to pull off. If you've never tried to hold a pseudo false grip or an overhand grip, it's unlikely that you'll be able to hold them straight away as they take a lot of wrist and forearm strength to hold. Therefore, it's crucial that you build the strength in your wrist before attempting the slow muscle up to hold these grips properly and safely. You can develop the strength needed to hold these grip techniques by simply hanging from the bar using either a pseudo false grip or an overhand grip. I'd recommend using a low bar if you have one because it makes getting into the hanging position easier. On a low bar, you can simply lift your legs off the ground once your hands are in position. Conversely, on a high bar, you have to adjust your hand positioning as you hang, which can be quite difficult if you're new to these grip techniques. As these techniques are very intense on the wrists, you don't want to overdo it when you're training them. If you feel any discomfort while performing these exercises, then stop and come down from the bar. The second tip to achieving the slow muscle up is to keep your elbows close to your body as you transition. Keeping your elbows close to your body as your chest approaches the bar makes the transition over the top of the bar easier because it causes you to use your triceps to help you get up and over the bar. The easiest way to ensure that your elbows stay by your side as you transition is to make sure that your arms are shoulder width apart before you start the pull-up. As your chest rises towards the bar, consciously think about tucking your elbows into your sides and engage your triceps to help you transition over the top. As you begin the transition over the top, push down on the bar and use the strength from your triceps, back and shoulders to slowly edge your chest over the top of the bar. From there, all you need to do is push up and perform a straight bar dip to complete the movement. The third and final tip to unlocking the slow muscle up is to practice transition negatives. There are 3 parts to the slow muscle up: the pull up, the transition, and the straight bar dip at the top. The pull up and the straight bar dip are the easiest to execute, and the transition is the hardest. Therefore, it makes sense to practice the transition if you want to get better at the slow muscle up. Transition negatives are a great way to do this. To perform the transition negative, lower yourself down and roll back onto your triceps until your elbows are in line with the bar. Once you've reached this position, squeeze the bar tight and pull yourself back to the bar using the strength of your triceps, wrists, and lats. Transition negatives also help to strengthen the transition for regular muscle ups too, so it's a great idea to incorporate these into your routine if you want to make progress with your muscle ups in general. If you're a beginner and want to learn which exercises you should do to build the strength for the slow muscle up, then here are some of the best progressions for you to learn. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to share it on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever your favorite social media platform is, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the other awesome videos I'll be releasing in the near future. This has been Ashton with Ashton Fitness. Now go do that slow muscle up.